Alright, I am going to explain what happened. Okay. So, it started what? I can actually check. Actually, I uploaded that. No, I'm just gonna say 2 days ago. Or a day ago. It was in between 2 days. One day ago, I was talking to Willer Hyde. I think he suggested to go on a Kakit server or something, so I had to join back on my main, and the state of the server changed. There was an entire video I made, unlisted, of course, just talking about it. I mean, in the server, doing stuff, talking to people, being loud. I mean, everything in that video, at certain points, I thought I had good criticism, but in retrospect, there was no criticism at all. That was genuine, of course. I was saying that the state of the server, it was a lot different than it was when I left, and I left because Kakit failed to. Well, I guess it wasn't really a fail, but Kakit did not remove or chastise a user when they posted an image. It was a GIF of a woman moving in ways that are definitely not appropriate for school, at least, or work. I mean, I don't get it. NSFW. Do you swear at work? Because in that case, then that's not safe for work. Yeah, so that was just, I thought I had points, as I said, but there were no points. You can dismiss all of that as just opinion. I mean, yeah, there was a lot more swearing than there was before. And what else? There was, sexual language. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely not how it was before I left, of course, but that's how it was when I got back there. So I didn't like that, obviously, so I spoke about that. Will Hyde and I lamented about it. And after all that, I wasn't mean to anybody or anything. I was, if I did sound mean at any point, I was joking. I was screaming as loud as I could. Okay, not as loud as I could, but I was screaming. But, it was pretty obvious I was joking because, 1 second I was screaming, and the next second I was like, oh, hey, what's up? So, the juxtaposition makes it obvious. Not that anybody thought that I was actually angry, but just saying. So yeah, after all that, I left the server again, and everything else happened on my alt. Now, okay, well that was today, this morning. I was speaking on my alt, which at the time was named Sad Yush. I originally wanted to impersonate him, as a joke, but I mean, not for that. That was before, in voice chats and stuff. Oh yeah, it's all four of us, even though Yush was offline. Yeah. So, I remember so actually, before that, alright, so, there's people talking in chat, what are their names? TNS was saying that he was being stripped of something, and the cat kid said, no, you're not being stripped of anything, weirdo. So, me being the sarcastic guy, I was like, wow, weirdo, absolute insult. She was like, did I ask? And at that point, I couldn't believe the way she was behaving. It didn't seem like the way she would, so I was like, you're trolling. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. At that point, Laudamus was saying, don't do the thing. He wasn't really explaining what we weren't supposed to do. He just said, don't do it. So, I don't really know how that works, but you just can't do it. TNS and Thoppy, they were criticizing her in interesting ways, Hose mad times 24. And you know, Kakit is becoming Donald Trump himself, which I liked with a yellow emoji. You know, Kakit responded with an ellipses. Latimus says, "No, guys, not saying what not to do. Just it's getting too I don't know what that means." I criticize him for that. What are you saying, Latimus? How are we supposed to listen to you if you're not actually saying anything? Yeah, and I'm like, we're saying what we want. That's not how English works. We're saying what we are saying what we want. Although, we are was contracted into were. And then I said, "Do you not want free speech because it goes against what you want?" And he responded, "I just mod here." Trying to mute the reason, nice. Obviously, I knew there was a reason. "You stripped my man of his rights, dictatorship," says DNS. Kakit drops the J name. Latimus, my deity. That was an expression of the people. Kakit says, "I told them to stop. They didn't." You know, it keeps going. Somebody else says, "Why can't everyone chill? Be friendly. It's just a video game." Yeah, so I'm like, "Yeah, but why can't everybody chill? What the heck?" Saying in general, later they say Kakit probably wouldn't like arguments, here, prefer to take to direct messages. I said, "Okay, I'll listen to you," the person who wasn't a staff member. Right now, I would have said, "Well, if you're not sure, then why are you telling me? How is that supposed to help me if you're not sure about it?" I would have listened if it was like concrete, like if you knew for a fact, but it's not gonna help me if you just think something. Okay, it's like, "Oh, they're trying to help, leave them alone, whatever." I'm like, "Please add the no arguing room." She's like, "Yes, I would have taken them. It's not your fault that I wanted to do it, just apologizing." I don't need to make a rule for something like that. I'm apologizing because I didn't do anything. They were suggesting something that seemed perfectly normal and good, and you went all after them saying how they weren't a staff. So I responded, "Yes, I went all after them with my unending criticism." Obviously sarcasm. "I'm tired of this defecation. Can I have a break? Please, Yush? It's not even 12 yet." And as we all know, you can't start having qualms until it's 12. If you want, then you can go ahead and mute me since we didn't take this to DMs. I meant for something as heated as Thoppy situation. I muted both of them because it was edging and Thoppy made it worse. I muted Bobby because he DM'd twice, but he didn't. I don't see need for DMs now. Why'd I have to be so literal? And I was like, because this is an argument. You have to, everything you say in an argument has to be concrete, because if it's not, then what? It doesn't make sense. So I said, it clearly is, because we were having a disagreement, and we were both saying why we think we were right. So, yeah, that's an argument. Then I back out, "You win, GG, good fight, now leave me alone." I responded with K. Yeah, that was the end of that. Now, fast forward, maybe 10, 15 minutes? Some stuff occurred which I don't have on record. There were some DMs I obviously don't have access to. You know, one of my colleagues leaked information, which changed the flow of some things in ways that I did not expect. You know, I was like, why do I feel like me telling him this is a bad idea? Yeah. Later, Kakit and I went to direct messages because the Tattletale said something. You know, it was an interesting thing. Why did you impersonate me? I explained. I didn't mean to. Then eventually got to the point where I told Kakit what my criticism was exactly. I sent her the message that I wrote in the... I forgot to say this, but before that, I was talking with Thoppy and TNS, and we decided to make, Thoppy suggested that I make a server for it, so I did. I mean, it was a good idea, so everybody would just have like a place to commune. I mean, our plan was my original plan was to just have a bunch of people leave the server so we could demand something. Looking back, it wasn't a very good idea. I would have done something else, but I can't think of what exactly. Yeah, that was just a server that we had. I wish I had chosen a better. I I wish I had chosen a better name for the server, because then, because if it's Kaka Cancel, and if I say the server's name is Kaka Cancel, like, hey, why are you trying to cancel Kakit? But I wasn't trying to cancel Kakit. I was trying to cancel her Discord server, or at least fix it. Which, I guess that's impositional. I don't know if that's a word. That's what, imperious, peremptory, going to places where, I mean, I'm not like the owner or anything, but I just wanted to see, like, if anybody else wanted to change to the point where we could all demand something, so that way it would work. I don't think that was the case. I don't think there were that many people who had problems with the server. And I think Willowhide and I were like the only people who actually had like a problem like deeper within the server. I think Thoppies and TNS's problems may have been a bit superficial, especially in Thoppies' case. But at the same time, there's no need to listen to people at all, so I don't even know. It's like it was pointless. So yeah, eventually I sent her the message that I wrote. Her response was that, I think it was JC, I'm going to freaking delete the server at this point. So obviously, I didn't want the server to be deleted. I just wanted some things to be changed. And at this point, I had thought that she was unhappy because of the criticism. But now looking back, I don't think that was the case, because later, after all the events transpired, which led to the deletion of the server, and we began to build another server, which was basically a continuation of that server. And at some point, Kakit had said something about me being an idiot, which Arlo mentioned to me. Hope he's not mad about me saying that. I'm still in the server. I helped build. I'm not completely sure why they thought I was a good person to help build. There were a lot of other people. I don't know. I mean, I barely even spoke in the server, so I'm a bit confused. It was Eggsylph, or as he is now, Pinksthetic. But yeah, she was saying something about, when I'm talking about idiots, this is what I'm talking about. It's not like, it's very broad. Yeah, and she said something about, it hurts because I considered them friends at some point. Now, I'm not completely sure why it hurts exactly, because there was no ill intent. I'm not sure how it hurts. If you know how it hurts, please tell me, because I don't know how it would hurt. For somebody who has a genuine concern. I mean, I guess you couldn't tell it was genuine, but you couldn't say that it wasn't either. She said that she considered these people friends, so clearly I'm not her friend anymore, because that's past tense. So I don't think there's any problem with me saying this, because not a friend, so you know, I've even, you know, because I'm such an idiot, I've gone and unfollowed, unsubscribed remove friended all of your friends so my idiotness doesn't hurt them. Hope that's not a problem. If they want to friend me back, they won't, go ahead. I really don't care. I'm not just gonna be friends with people who don't make sense. I prefer friends who have, you know, mentalities that line up with mine. Unfortunately, it's very unlikely that I'll find somebody with a mentality that is parallel to mine. But I can hope. And I can look for the line that is closest to mine. Closest to parallel. Yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't. If you want to friend me, I don't care. What else? She was saying stuff about that I made 2 videos out of it. Now, these videos were unlisted, and I posted them in, I'd say, 6 places total. And especially the one where, like, the server actually got deleted. I only shared that to them, the people in that server, so. And Arlo brought this up, too. He said that they were unlisted, weren't they? But she said that they still existed. Now, I'm not sure what that means, because you can say they exist, but what does that mean? I made 2 videos out of it. Is that supposed to benefit me? Does that make me a bad person? How does that make me a bad person? I don't know. If you do know, please tell me. I would like to know. Yeah, this is where I realized that it definitely wasn't a problem of the criticism being real. She didn't care. It was, okay, well, I can't say that she didn't care, but that's what I think is happening. I think she just doesn't care. I think she cares about the fact that we said it at all. She mentioned that in my poem, I don't know why she called it a poem. It wasn't a poem. It was an expression of thought. That is what a poem is. So, maybe. She said that I said, which, and this is true, I did say that since, the server background had Pornhub on it, that if somebody was like 12 and they joined the Discord server, that they might be exposed to that, and they might become, who knows, a pornography addiction. They might become a pornography addict. I think she thinks that's ridiculous, because she quoted me on it. I don't exactly remember what the message was after that, but judging from that, I don't think she cares about the criticism at all. I think she cares that we said it at all. Maybe it was the way we said it. That's what Yush thinks anyways. Maybe I should have said it in a different way, maybe. But she wasn't supposed to see that message anyways. It was supposed to be gradual. Like, in the server. But, if somebody had not gone and said stuff, I'm joking. I'm not gonna go through with that. But yeah, I had no response. She doesn't want to argue. That's pretty obvious. She doesn't want to argue at all. So, there was no space, I don't think there was any space for me to say or prove that I'm right. And all her staff members agreed with her. I'd say Arlo was the person who agreed the least, because he said, but weren't they enlisted? So, I don't know. I mean, I guess you should have, what are they called? Staff members that have similar mentalities to you. But I don't know if they were, I won't even say it. But yeah, that's kind of where it ended. I helped to rebuild. I was remorseful for a very long time because I I didn't really know how many other things had been happening. Arlo told me that there were other things going on with Gacket, so clearly it wasn't all my fault. I guess this was just what pushed it over. And it isn't my fault anyways. This is not what I wanted to do, so. And I don't even think that's that big of a deal anymore because actually, it doesn't feel as bad because there's a replacement server or a second server. It would have felt worse if there wasn't, but it doesn't feel as bad anymore. In fact, I think the entire situation is laughable. And I criticized Exility for that during the destruction of the server, but now with this added information, I agree. Here's the friendship, man. Alright guys, so turns out I actually can read the thing. Okay. Reminds me of a life nice film. If a child who watches your content joins and sees that they can be changed for life. Something like that. It was in their cancel me server. Huge list of things they saw unjust. It was me. All that was me. That had a cancel cat server. Sent it to me, and that's when I decided I was done. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say idiots. Very general term. He wrote an entire essay on everything wrong with my server. No. If I wrote everything wrong with your server, I mean, one, it depends on what you define as wrong. That varies from person to person. I was just saying what I think was wrong. Apparently I had the audacity to make a video titled Mistake. I don't know what that means. I don't know how it was audacious. It was a mistake. So, if I could go back in time, then I would not do it. Is that hard to believe? Apparently that's hard for you to believe. I don't know if it's hard for you to believe. I don't know what that means. It just had the audacity. I don't know what that means. They should have been at least nice to tell you in a good way. Yes, I was. In a good way. In a good way. Yeah, I should have been nice to, tell in a good way. A good way. I'm not sure what a good way is. I mean, she saw what I wrote. Is that not a good way? What is a good way? I mean, I'm listening. What is a good way? Tell me. I don't know if you've really seen this. It's a bunny, but if you do see this, then please tell me what is a good way. Or anybody else, tell me what a good way is. She says it's fine, it's over now. Stuff isn't gonna get better when you get more famous. Blah 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 blah. More people are gonna be stupid and be stupid. True. Shape it the way I want it. I know, but these people I considered friends, guys, not randoms. People who I don't know are easier to shove away and ignore. Suio, Life, people like that, who abused that friendship and just criticized me. Let me search up the definition of abuse, because I must not know what abuse is. Merriam-Webster. A corrupt practice or custom, improper or excessive use or treatment, misuse. Language that condemns or vilifies, usually unjustly, intemperately, and angrily. Physical maltreatment. A deceitful act. Oh, it's obsolete. Okay. Oh, there are two. Oh, that's the verb. Oh wait, actually, that's actually the one I need to look at. To put to a wrong or improper use, to use excessively, to use without medical justification, to use or to treat as so as to injure or damage, maltreat, to attack in words, revile, and obsolete, deceive. Okay, so apparently I abused the friendship. Now, the fact that I had a problem with the server at all had nothing to do with us being friends. That was just an opinion that I had. But the only reason I went through with everything that I did was because I was your friend. I knew you. So I'm pretty sure I felt as if, my criticism would actually be taken to heart. But I don't think that's the case. It's a bunny. Yeah, that sucks, man. It was crazy. They had no disagreements. Not, just saying, man. Just saying. Recording. Oh, well, yeah, the criticism, yes. Well, no. I didn't criticize you. I criticized your Discord server. I didn't criticize you. If I did criticize you, please tell me. Because I want to know where I criticized you. Who abused that friendship. Yeah, and that had nothing to do with the friendship. Recording it and making videos out of it. It hurts, and I just want to forget. How does it hurt? How does that hurt you? It's an unlisted video. Yes, but they still exist? How was that a harmful video? Especially the first one. The one where I was joking. Okay, well, I wasn't joking, actually. But I was displaying my opinion. Is that so hurtful? That I didn't agree with your server? The way it worked? Is that hurtful? Or is it something else? Because if it's something else, please tell me. I mean, if it is that, please tell me as well. If you want to, of course. You have the ability to do whatever you want. I mean, to be honest, you could have just said no. You could have just said no. And I would have been destroyed. If you say no, if you exercise your right to do whatever you want, then what am I supposed to do about it? Arlo, they were unlisted, right, though? Yes, but they still exist. They exist, man. They exist, I abused that, I got, what? Nothing out of that? I got like 2 unlisted video, so many views. So, it helps me a lot, unlisted videos. They really work charms. And especially the one that I only posted in this Discord server. That nobody else saw. The one I posted in this one. It's very hurtful. Okay. Arlo. I'm not saying this to make your situation any less important. But wasn't it a joke? And there was no response. But I mean, I guess there was no response to what Arlo said. But before that, It's a Bunny said, "People be my friend just to abuse me for special interests." I mean, Kaga was like, "Oh yeah, I get people who just use me. Hey, so you, hey, oh hey, nice art. Could you rob me? There's this cool world. It's this very cool word. It's called no." I feel used. Well, you can't be used if you say no. But there was this issue that she was having. Apparently her mental state wasn't so good. She also said that the reason her Discord server and her channel was so different because her family watches her YouTube channel, but obviously they're not in Discord. So, I mean, I'm not gonna enforce morals, but that's immoral because it's deceitful. But I'm deceitful even today. I got my deceitful ways. I mean, it's not harmful though. I don't think so, at least. I can't think of a way that it's harmful. I mean, I was the same way. But I enjoy consistency now, so But it was weird because it changed. It wasn't like that before, but now it is. Maybe it has to do with her mental state. I don't know. I didn't know she had a bad mental state. She never said that. Maybe if she had said that, I would have had the criticism that I did. Who knows? Maybe when you say stuff and speak your mind, people will listen. I don't know. But maybe the inability to speak is just part of the mental problem. I don't, not like a mental illness, but mental state. But yeah, make of what you will. Don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything anybody else says. You can say no. You can say yes. You can be you. You can block people. Say no. I already said that. You can say no to what I'm saying right now. You can say no to that. You can do what you want. But I don't know, maybe you can't do what you want when you have that kind of mental state. And I'm not being sarcastic, like genuinely though. Maybe you can't say no or whatever. I don't know. Alright, well, so I want to ask you a few questions about your experience with the KitKat Discord server.
Okay.
First, I'd like to ask, how do you think the overall flow of the server has been, or was, or however you want to describe it?
I think that the server was ran in a very unprofessional manner. At the beginning, it was, you knew there was going to be problems because of the structure of the server, where there wasn't much management and there was much more of a twist towards the owner just being at top, and then just like not promoting anyone, not giving anyone power. And I as staff, I was staff at some point. I had nothing to manage really, and that I didn't get promoted because of that. So
Okay. How do you think it was? How do you think the server was before it was deleted?
it was in a horrible state. KatKit up promoted 2 people to admin who probably shouldn't have power in a Discord server. They weren't promoting people's well-being, being in the server. They had various activity that was borderline breaking the rules, which admins shouldn't be breaking rules in your server if they should be enforcing them. If you're like going to promote someone, they should probably not be breaking the rules because they're kind of an example to the rest of the members of the server. At least that's what I think.
Okay. Next question. How has your well, no, I won't ask that. How do you think the staff or just the moderation of the server has treated people, like with rules and fair processing, etc.?
I don't think they've been very, like they haven't really thought things out whenever they're about to punish someone. They don't give them like a fair, like, oh, you broke this rule. They don't warn you. And if they did warn you, like, then it was like over for you essentially. They had a negative bias towards you, so you wouldn't really have a chance to defend yourself because they would already assume you're guilty even if you're innocent.
Okay. Next question. What could they have done to improve the server, since you seem to believe that it was in a bad state?
I think that they could have trained the admins better to be more of example like models for the rest of the members. And, maybe if there's someone breaking rules, actually make an example of them. Say, we're actually going to we're actually going to do something about like managing the server, and like people that break the rules are going to get punished. But they were setting a precedent for if you break the rules, you might get punished if we don't like you. You know, that's not a very good system. It doesn't really tell people what they should and should be not be doing on the server.
Okay. Interesting. Next question. Should there be another server?
If they're going to change something that it will make it more positive towards representing CatKids community in a positive manner, then yes, there should be another server. But until there's a better management of the server, I don't think that it should be there. Just because it's not creating a community, it's more creating a problem for people that want to be part of the community.
Okay. Do you have any personal misdemeanors with the staff or the server at all? Like maltreatments, of course.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, they didn't really hate me, that much. They were willing to listen to me, but then they were also not willing to listen to me. They would listen to me, but then they wouldn't do anything about it. So, I mean, if you're not going to change anything, then if you're going to listen to me but not change anything, then there's no point in even listening to me in the first place. Like, what's the point?
I understand you there. Okay. Final question, which I'm making up on the spot. What else?
Oh.
Yeah, they're right. I didn't write any questions down.
Nice. Very professional.
Any final messages that anything else that you would like to say?
Yes. Honestly, the Discord could have been prevented, to be honest. Just hold it, like, if there's nothing to manage, why have staff to manage it? So, like, if staff grow too powerful, there's a likely chance that they're going to start messing with things, especially if you don't put your foot down. If you don't say this is not okay, then they're going to do things. And then if you just let things slide, then they're just going to do things. So, I mean, that's kind of what happened here. This is kind of a good example.
That makes sense. Okay, well, if you have nothing else to say, then I think we're done here.
All right.
Okay. All right. First question. What is your overall, how do you feel about the CatKids server in general?
Spicy.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah. I think it tasted very hot and spicy. Like spicy, it tastes
I know what you're talking about.
like more. It's more on the. It's kind of like the opposite of cold. I don't know how to explain the spicy taste. You just have to get a hot pepper or something.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How do you feel about the moderation of the server? Like, how the staff members have been working with the server and moderating, of course.
I think it started out good, but then it just got better. Like, these e-boys that were in it, they were amazing. I loved them so much. Like, I wanted to be them,
Mm-hmm.
She only hired e-boys. I was like, man, I wish I could be an e-boy.
Okay. Next question. Do you have any personal misdemeanors? No. Maltreatments? I remember you
I don't know what that means.
like wrong, like when some like one of the staff has done wrong to you or the owner.
Yes.
Can you explain?
Cat Kit took away my artist rank.
How did that make you feel?
I made art for her, and then she was like, she didn't give it to me. I was like, what the heck? I made art. And she was like, no, I'm not going to give you art. And then I said, okay, well, what if I get 10 people to say that they like my art? And she was like, fine. And then I got 10 people, and she was like, okay, I'm going to give you artist role now. And then she took it away.
Did she give you an explanation as to why she took it away?
No, she didn't.
Okay. How did you respond? Like, any protests or?
Yes. I spammed her on Twitter and Discord and NameMC and Hypixel until she blocked me on all of them.
That sounds reasonable. Alright, next question. If you could say one thing to the owner of the server, what would it be? Alright, next question.
No, I'm still thinking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was your response.
No, that was it.
Okay, next question.
In quotes, I'm still thinking.
That's your answer. I'm still thinking in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. What should the people, or what could be fixed about the CatKit server?
It could be not deleted. That would probably help.
Interesting position. Alright, final question. Is there anything else you want to say about the CatKit server to our viewers?
Yes.
Would you like to explain what it is?
I don't know what it is, but I do want to say something. No. What I want to say is I wish I knew what I wanted to say to the CatKit. I mean, to your viewers that want to know about the CatKit server.
Okay. Alright, well, if you don't have anything else to say, I think that we've reached the end of this interview. Thank you for being willing to interviewed. Have a nice day.
Don't mention it.
Why isn't it letting me disconnect you?
I'm too powerful.
Wait, I almost kicked you.
I'm
I almost
mod.
kicked you. wait, I got it.
Why did I get kicked in the first place?